sexy.
Kindness is sexy.
KIS. Kindness is sexy.
Kindness is sexy. Hi, it's Mary Ellen O'Neill Madeley with KIS. Kindness is sexy. And today I am with the lovely Deanne McCallum. And we're talking about animals. The animals that you rescue on a regular basis. I mean, seriously, I am constantly looking at your Facebook page, creeping it to see what new animal you rescue. Let's talk about, first of all, what was your first rescue?
Oh my gosh, if we talk about my first rescue, that was when I was little.
3 years old.
Yeah.
In utero,
I've
probably.
I've always been rescuing animals. It was a vole. I remember that.
Aww.
A vole is kind of like
a mole.
No, it's called a vole.
No, I know, it's like a mole.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. It almost looks like a mouse. My dog was trying to get him, and he kind of got him.
Oh.
And I was like, no! So I grab him from my little dog, and he didn't survive.
Aww.
But I did try my best.
Did you do CPR?
Oh, almost. Mouth to mouth.
I could seriously see her doing that. Like that video of that guy who did CPR to the squirrel.
Yes.
And then he took
I would have done that. I totally would have done that.
I absolutely believe that.
Totally. So it started from there. Voles, mice, birds, whatever came my way.
Snakes?
Squirrels. I'd save a snake.
Really?
I totally, yeah.
Spiders?
Well, listen, we live in an old house. I see the spider. I said, you got 10 seconds to get out of my sight, or you're going outside.
I have a rule. If you're in my habitat, you're gone. No. If you're in your habitat, I will let you survive.
Who was there first?
I was.
I don't know.
I was creeping your Facebook page, and I was noticing, yeah, I am kind of creeper, but I noticed that you had saved this adorable bird.
Yes.
And his name was Burt?
Burt.
Burt, that's
Burt
what she named him.
the pigeon.
Yeah. The pigeon, he's so cute.
He was only a few days old, and my husband and I were going for our usual coffee downtown. There was like a little cooler on the ground, just a tiny one. We looked in, there's this little pigeon, right?
Aww.
So obviously he fell. I realized pigeons don't make nests. They sort of haphazard put stuff together and have their eggs.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and you know, it's not a safe kind of environment.
Aww.
So it's pretty easy for the babies to fall out. We thought the parents would come back for their baby. We learned a lot from this experience.
I was just going to say.
That doesn't happen.
I learned a lot from what you posted, because you posted on a regular basis all about this bird, right from when you were starting and feeding them and all that.
We came back, he was still there, that was it. I'm like, oh, he's coming home with us.
Aww.
And so,
lucky bird.
Yeah, I went on the interweb, checked out how do I feed this bird, what do I feed him. It was a learning process, but Burt grew and grew.
He did, and he was so happy.
Oh my God, he was the best. And then his first little flight was right here on this patio.
Aww.
And he just flew from a chair to my knees.
I remember that video too.
Yes, yeah.
I remember the video that you posted of his first eating on his own.
Yes.
This is where I first fell in love with you, because you rescue dogs, and you had the cutest dog. I fell in love with him. He had 3 legs.
Yeah, that was Marlin.
I love Marlin. I miss Marlin.
Oh my gosh. So he came from Precious Paws Rescue. And I fell in love with him the minute I saw him. It was like we were soulmates. So
he really, seriously was the most adorable dog.
I guess he had broke his leg, and the family didn't do anything. Anyway, he ended up in a rescue, and they had to amputate his leg.
Oh.
Which is fine, because they just adapt.
He did too.
So quickly. Most animals do, or earthlings as I call them. We're all earthlings.
I like that.
So it was all good. We had him for 5 years. He was about 10 years old when we rescued him.
He brought a lot of love and happiness.
He did, and I mean, we had Oscar as well. Oscar, yesterday was the 2nd anniversary of his passing. We had him for 17 years, and He was my boy.
Yep. Well, you take care of a little guy. Is it Charlie?
Charlie?
I love Charlie.
Charlie comes to visit. We get to take care of him, and so it's
babysitting.
the best of both worlds. Definitely. Yeah.
Even if you aren't rescuing, you're the one who lets people know where they can take animals.
Exactly.
So what different associations have you had to deal with? Because I know we talked about one.
Procyon Wildlife. That's out near Beaton.
Yes.
And they're a rescue for wildlife, obviously.
They have a lot.
Oh my
coyotes, wolves. It was for us. It was possum. We had Mama possum get hit by a car, and she had babies in her pouch, and one had already passed. And then my husband and I took the babies that survived and took them down there.
Yes.
But they only survived for 2 days, so we brought them back and buried them with Mama.
Yeah.
But Procyon has so many different animals. They have a lot of heart, like really, they have a lot of heart.
Oh, I spent a summer with them, and it was just the most amazing time. Like, I wanted to be there every single day.
Aww.
Just watch people bring in raccoons,
Yes.
squirrels, bunny rabbits, just anything you can think of, they did.
We actually rescued a raccoon at one point, and we named him Cooper. And we had to take him to a sanctuary in, I believe it was near Stainer, and I do not remember what the name of it was, but I didn't know about Procyon, and I wanted to, if I had of, that's the first place I would have taken him.
For sure.
Because they have cages, like not cages, but kind of cages. It looks like wild, looks like the wild.
Yes, they are amazing there. They've been around so long. They just do everything for those animals. And again, it's a not-for-profit.
Yes. Plus the one in Bradford, which is called the Wishing Well.
Wishing Well Sanctuary, and that is farmed animals.
Yes.
So cows, pigs, goats. Again, earthlings, people.
They're so cute too. And the woman who runs that is a fabulous woman.
Brenda. She's
all
amazing.
heart.
Yeah.
She's fantastic. And all of these places, they care so much for the animals themselves.
Yeah.
You also have some other rescues that you haven't mentioned yet. One would be?
Her name was Charlie, and we called her Lady because we had the other Charlie here at the same time. So,
but one was a cat and one was a dog.
Yes. So Lady was from Lasting Love Rescue.
Aww.
And she was a very, very senior cat. She was 20 years old. So we were like her hospice, right? She was in chronic kidney failure. So
poor babe.
But she was so great. She had such a great personality. She was almost like a dog. She was just hilarious. We didn't have her long. It was just a few months.
But still, you made the end so much nicer for her.
We did. But I knew when it was time, and I took her and said goodbye, but she's here.
Yeah, we have a lot of that.
We do too. We do too.
We've rescued dragonflies.
Oh, I know. There's Troy brought home a squirrel one day that had been hit by a car. We named him Sir Lancelot. He had a concussion, but I kept him safe.
I know how that feels.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. It's not fun, but it took him about 24 hours, and then we let him loose out here.
Aww.
I'm sure he keeps coming back, though, even to this day. There's this big fat black squirrel that comes to be fed.
I think they really do know, because we had a little rescue. Our neighbor actually rescued him, and he just fell in love with our family, and he was so playful and fun. And he didn't bite you, like he nipped you. There was nothing painful.
Yes.
And then apparently just a few weeks ago, or a few days ago, I should say, our neighbors found another set. There were 5 squirrels. There are only 4 left right now. One passed away. But they're so cute.
Yes.
And they're taking care of them. The one thing that I find is that you can contact those sanctuaries, find information about how to take care of animals if they don't have the room. Because a lot of times they don't have the room. So it is nice to know that there is a way for you to help them if you can.
That is so true. So yeah, that was the same with Burt the Pigeon. They couldn't take him, but they gave me some good advice, and then I found another wonderful young man, and he came over and he showed me how to feed Burt properly.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh my
I remember
God.
watching that.
I was so grateful. It was just like the light went on.
Aww.
So yeah, so there's so many rescues out there. There's so much information. You know, we're all here on this earth. we just need to take care of each other.
And I honestly believe that, and I think that animals know. They know when you have that good soul, that good spirit, and they're so thankful. They don't have to really do anything to thank you because they're so cute.
Exactly.
That's thanks enough.
Exactly.
If you were going to give someone advice on, say they do find an animal, whether it's a squirrel, a rabbit, a pig, whatever, what would your advice be to them?
Every life matters, definitely. If you find them, to me that means you're blessed because you're there to help them, right? Call the sanctuaries. You can look it up on the internet. There's tons of sanctuaries. Go on the web, try and find some information that way, but
Never give up.
Never give up
on trying to find someone who can help you, whether it's help you take care of them until you can find a sanctuary, or even just help you find a sanctuary, because I started out when we were looking for one of them, when we were looking for Cooper's, a place for Cooper. I'd found probably 3, and no, we can't take them, and then finally there was someone who could take them. So you just have to not give up at all.
It's so true. And now see, my memory's coming back to me with even more rescues. Way back in the day, we rescued a painted turtle.
Aww.
Just down the street, who had been hit by a car, and we named him Presley after Elvis Presley. So I did my best to help, but again, I found a great a turtle hospital out in Peterborough.
Oh, that's right. That's where I'm from, and I forgot all about that hospital.
That hospital. Oh my gosh! Again, I spent some time there. Like there was at least 5, 6, 7, 800 turtles.
Holy cow!
All in some point of rehab or, post-surgery. It's incredible. What's the turtle place down the road in Aurelia?
Scales.
Scales.
Do they rescue?
They do rescue. I know that they've been working hard to open their own turtle hospital. But they have the START program, which is all about saving turtles. So that's another great place to call if you ever find a turtle or a snake or something like that, because Jeff Hathaway there he's amazing.
And is it just Scales, or is it Scales and something?
It's Scales Nature Park.
Okay.
But they also, if you go on their website, it's the START program as well, and that has to do with turtles.
And if anybody wants to know, I think what I'm going to do on my KIS page is put a list of the different rescues, because it's important for people to know where to go.
Take them here. Knows everything.
So if you happen to see a squirrel, a snake even, there's all these different places, no matter what animal you need to rescue, different shelters. Our cat was from Street Cats.
Nice.
And our dog happened to be someone who, they had a surprise litter of puppies. So we have this beautiful white Chihuahua because they wanted somebody to take care of her that wouldn't breed her, that just wanted to love her, and we are so blessed because she loves us far more than we could even imagine, even though we try. And we have our cat Ringo. So Foxy Cleopatra is our Chihuahua, and our cat Ringo, he was from Street Cats, and we ended up with a bearded dragon he didn't have the use of the back of his legs. So we had to find all the information on how to take care of bearded dragons, and luckily the internet is really good for that.
For sure.
Plus, Reptile Wrangler helped us through the whole process of learning how to take care of our little dragon, and he got the use of his legs back.
Easy.
Yeah, we only had him for a couple of years. He was older when we got him, but he was so lucky because our son was he was so good with him. Our cat is in love with our daughter. Our dog is in love with my husband. I got nothing.
You need something. Look out,
I need
rescues.
a squirrel.
Here she comes.
So thank you so much, Deanne, for taking the time. I know this is like your lunch, and I want everyone to remember that kindness is sexy, and Deanne is so super sexy. I can't tell you how much.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you having me on your show, and I'm really honored that you asked.
Aw. Well, I am definitely honored to have you. You have any questions, you can send messages to us, and we can help you find a place for your rescue animals. Have a great day, everyone, and thank you so much for taking the time to watch our show.
Kindness is sexy.
Kindness is sexy.
KIS.